What's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Was a Prodigy and Was Trained by the Souls of His Parents. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie. Now before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to my boy Jimmy Desaitis for suggesting this idea. Now make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and please send in your ideas in the comments, because from there on I will pick up most of the ideas to be turned into short movies or movies, and there is most of the time where I interact with you guys as well, just to have a little bit of fun. Anyways, enough said. Without any further ado, let's begin with our today's movie. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato, 2 hours after the Kyuubi attack, as we go towards the said village's council chambers, where we see the whole council was now there, and they were patiently waiting for their Kage to arrive. As the door opened to the council chambers, and there stood an old man. In his hands were the hat of the current Kage, which was quite covered in dust and gravel, as he had a solemn expression over his face, and everyone realized who this man was. This man was none other than Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, who had passed down this hat to the successor and their current Kage, Minato Namikaze. As he placed that hat on top of his head and went to Hokage's seat and seated down, and with a graveling and depressed tone he said, "This meeting is in session." As there was a huge pause in the whole council chamber after this was done, as one of the civilian council members then stood up and asked, "Hokage-sama, we would like to know, where is Minato-sama?" "Minato is not coming ever again. He unfortunately died alongside with Kushina, sailing the Biju away, saving us all," he said, looking up at them, dead in the eye, as there was a brief pause again. As that is when Shikaku Nara then stood up. "Hokage-sama, with all due respect, who is the new Jinchuriki, we would like to ask. If you are going to aim for our revenge, then you have to wait, because the kid is an infant child. Would you go after him?" As that is when Shikaku was able to grasp what Hiruzen said instantly. "You mean, yes, do not reveal this to everyone. That is secret who he is." "Why is it that a secret?" "Because of his confidentiality. Let's just say his parents were brave, who died and were willing to sacrifice themselves and their family for the sake of our village." "Their parents were shinobi of this village?" "Yes, they were, Koharu." "I see. So, we should respect their wishes. If they have such trust in us, we will keep the child safe. But who will keep us safe from the said being that is sealed inside of it?" "Do not worry, Minato used a complex version of a seal that will, hold the Biju at its bay, working alongside with the child's chakra, which is going to powering it up. As long as the child lives, so does the seal, and seal will seal up the Biju, so you have nothing to worry about." "Who is the kid?" "Unfortunately, I cannot reveal that to you as well, for the safety of his sake, because there are some sick bastards even in our village who might try to extract their revenge on an infant child." As some of them were disgusted mainly, and some of them nodded solemnly, knowing that their people, even if they claimed to all be good and all that, had some sick bastards within them. And that is when the meeting ended, and soon a few years begin to went by, as now we see our protagonist Naruto Uzumaki, an orphan from Konoha, at the age of 3, sitting alone in a park. Since he was an orphan, whenever he tried to make friends, the kids there, who were mainly from the civilian households, would make fun of him for being orphan, and he then just stopped trying, because he was left to fend for himself most of the time. And let's just say someone leaked the news that he might be the Kyuubi's container because of the specific features that his face holded. 3 whisker marks on each side of his cheek, saying that he was the curse that was born the same day when the Biju attacked, calling him the bad karma of the village. And everyone soon began to avoid him because the news spread like wildfire throughout the village. As now we see Naruto celebrated his 4th birthday, alone in his room that was given to him by Hokage himself, as it was a small 1-room apartment complex where he was living alone all by himself in the red light district. As now we see Naruto celebrating his birthday all by himself, as tears were rolling down his eyes. And after doing that, he went to his bed and just laid down and fell asleep. But he found himself waking up by someone As his eyes widened, knowing that he lived alone, he was instantly on his guard. Who are you? What do you want? Said Naruto, looking at a red-headed woman. As the woman, trying to calm him down, then said, I'm your mother, Naruto. As Naruto's eyes widened instantly, and then narrowed. How can that be? I'm an orphan. You can't be my mother. Besides, we don't even have the same hair color. As Kushina began to chuckle after hearing that. Why are you laughing? Well, you're saying some silly things, Naruto. That is because you got that from your father. As a man appeared from behind him. Well, that would be me, Naruto. It's finally nice to meet you. As that was a face now that Naruto recognized. The fourth Hokage. You're the fourth Hokage. The Yellow Flash. The fastest Hokage to ever exist. As Minato brought a hand back to his forehead, scratching it in embarrassment. Well, I don't know much about that, but yes, that would be me, I guess. By the given titles from the people. As he bent down on one of his knee, as his son was now face to face with him. As he couldn't control it, as he, with a sigh, hugged his son. I'm so sorry, Naruto, for what you went through all these years. As soon after, Kushina joined in. As Naruto's eyes widened for a moment, and all his worry left soon after that, as he was now fully embraced in the protective barrier of his parents for the first time in the small life that he had. As after that, calming down an emotional reunion, we see Naruto then ask the question, how is this possible? You say that you're dead, then how can you be here? Where are we even? This is your mindscape, Naruto. Mindscape? Yes, your inner psyche, where we, with the help of, well, seals, were able to seal a part of our soul. And Kyuubi no Yoko. Oh, I see. Wait, what? Kyuubi no Yoko? Yes, Naruto. You are the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. The same Nine Tails that attacked our home all those years ago. As Naruto's eyes widened, as suddenly the atmosphere surrounding them changed, as a huge cage appeared in front of them, from behind which two red eyes were looking at them. So, my Jinchuriki finally arrives. All thanks to his parents. Kyuubi, do not try anything. You better just give up your chakra, and why should I? You humans have slaved me for more than hundreds of years. I saw an opening and I wanted to get out. Who wouldn't, Minato? I won't be asking you nicely again. Stop bothering my son. I haven't done anything. It was you who revealed my existence to him. As Naruto then asked his parents, could he talk to the Biju alone? As both of the parents were quite worried, since they have told Naruto about how his chakra network worked and how they were able to sustain themselves and the Biju here. Most of Naruto's chakra, which was more than 40%, was used in sealing the Biju, while 40% was being used to sustain the two souls here, until they were no longer required, while 20% was still being in control of Naruto. Since he had larger pools and reserves, that is how his chakra was ever increasing and was being used. As now we see, Naruto, after realizing that his parents were worried, asked them, please, I promise you nothing will happen. We trust you, Naruto. As after they left, we see Naruto stood there alone. I take it that you have been, hurt the same way I have. How would a punk like you know, who hasn't even seen an ounce of life yet? Trust me, I have seen enough, even in my age of 4 years. How the people's hatred can change. How the misguided things can make your life miserable. You're like me. As Kyuubi then asked with a raised eyebrow, how so? You have been misjudged by all of them. Placed a label with monster. Isn't that right? So what? They're all feared because of my power. No, they fear you as a being in general. Well, you are something else, right? As Kyuubi's eyes widened, for the first time in thousands of years after his father maybe, there was a human who finally realized that he was more than just a monster that everyone saw him from the beginning, since he was released to this world alongside his siblings. As Kyuubi was silent for a moment, and after thinking carefully, he answered, what if I tell you I was? He said in a low, soft tone. As Naruto, taking a deep breath, went inside the seal, and Kyuubi was shocked as he placed a hand on the path on which Kyubi was resting upon. Then I feel your pain. Pain we can share and, maybe can be friends. As Kyubi's eyes widened, sensing that Naruto was not lying and just being genuine, he was quite surprised. Here was a kid who had much more humanity and much more to learn and give than most of the humans he have met in his thousands of years of lifespan after his father. This kid, he might be the chosen one that father mentioned. Kyubi thought to himself, you know what, kid? I'm willing to give this a shot. I mean, I have been living here for as long as the elemental nation existed. And to be honest with you, none of you humans have cared so far. And I don't honestly believe that you will in the future. But you're different, I can feel it. Do not disappoint me, kid. And by the way, name is Kurama, not Kyubi no Yoko. That is just a stupid title given to me because of my 9 tails. As Naruto's eyes widened before he smiled. Nice to know, Kurama. I guess you already know my name, though. Of course I do. I'm a 1,000-year-old Biju, not some stupid fox, okay? Yeah. Thanks, Kurama. I gotta go back and talk to my parents. We'll talk later, okay? Go ahead, kid. As now we see, Naruto arrived back. As he saw that his parents were shocked and concerned, Minato, say something to him. Naruto, that was quite dangerous what you did. But we're proud of you. No, we're not proud. He literally put himself in danger. He could have gotten himself hurt. But he didn't hurt me. He was, misjudged like me. Nobody likes to be misjudged. And just because someone says some things about them doesn't mean that they are those things. This could hurt a lot to that person, You being my parents, you should know about that. As both of the parents' eyes widened, as they were proud of their son and his maturity at such a young age. As after that, Minato settled down and said, now where were we? Yes, we have a lot to discuss, Naruto. And the thing is that Hiruzen, Sarutobi, your Gigi, I believe, and my sensei, Jiraiya of one of the legendary Sanin, they also are aware of what we are going to do and how we were going to do. So they might come to you this birthday of yours. Oh, I just celebrated that. Alone? Said Kushina. Yes. I see. So they never really allowed you to make any friends. Yeah, I tried, but hey, in the end, I did, right? Yes, that's all that matters. For now, time being, Naruto, we're going to begin your training. We're going to train you in everything we know. Your Uzumaki heritage, the seals that you can use, and Uzumaki Kekkei. Wait, I have a Kekkei? Yes, Naruto, every Uzumaki has this. Same as you. The Uzumaki adamantium chains. They can be used as an offensive and defensive weapon, while being long-range weapon as well. Awesome. And not only that, you will be learning my signature jutsus as well as the jutsus that I know, alongside the taijutsu that I created. Awesome. And my sensei will be arriving here to take you to the Mount Miyaboku, the Toad Mountain, where you will be training in the arts of Sage and Toad. Really? Yes. I know this might be in a hurry, but we have a prophecy to fulfill, Naruto. Prophecy? Yes. From the day Child of Prophecy is born, from the Yellow Flash and Red Death of Konoha, time will begin to tick backwards, and once it hits 0, destruction will ensue. If the Child of Prophecy is not ready, the world will end. He needs to be prepared to face challenges, because the red clouds are on the horizon. As Naruto's eyes widened, and then he raised an eyebrow. The red clouds? I do not know what that means, but maybe Sensei has found out something about the red clouds. I don't know about that part, Naruto, but the red that was your mother's title, that was given to her by the people of Konoha and her enemies. And mine you already know, the Yellow Flash. So that makes me the Child of Prophecy, your son. Yes, Naruto. That is why you need to be prepared. You have to learn everything you can, son. But Minato, that will place him directly under the eyes of the council, and they might try to control him. As Minato then realized, yes, you're right, Kushina. Maybe there is something we can do. Naruto, how about you act dumb? Wait, what? Minato, that is rude to say that to your son. No, I mean just, acting. Like act dumb in front of them. How about you go on a pranking spree like your mother used to do? Pranks? Huh. There are some people who I need to get back at. Maybe that will help me out. Yes, that will. This way you can hide your identity and your true strength, Naruto. Remember, never underestimate your enemy. But if your enemy underestimates you, that is an advantage and plus point to you. And this will allow you to be, underestimated quite oftenly. Hey, you're, quite nicely judging this. And I'm quite worried. Are you really trying to, improve me, or just are you mocking me? Said Naruto, as Minato then became embarrassed and just chuckled. Nothing like that, son. I'm just trying to help you out to the best of my abilities, because someone inside the council is quite dangerous, and he will do whatever it takes to make sure that you're under his thumb. Something that we, as your parents, cannot allow to happen. As after that we see Naruto woke up in his real body after talking for some bit and discussing the plans of how he's going to train. And that is when we see Naruto's eyes when opened. In front of him sat Hiruzen Sarutobi, and a man stood up with white hair. Well, Gaki, it took you long enough to wake up. Hello, Naruto-kun. Good morning. Good morning, Gigi, and you must be Jiraiya. Yes, it seems that the seal worked, Sensei. Told you it will. Minato and Kushina really were there. Yeah, they're still here. And so is, don't tell them my name. Kyubi. Kyubi? You got in contact with it? Said Hiruzen, narrowed eyes. Yeah, well, there was a huge seal and, well, my father revealed everything to me. Minato. When are you gonna learn? Always the one in hurry. Well, anyways, you already know what is going to happen, Naruto. You are allowed to go on a training trip with Jiraiya for the upcoming years, but only on one condition. You have to return back with the results before the Chunin exams, or even before the Genin exams. That will be preferable if you start to Shinobi Carrier. You know what? I might just do that. Let's aim for that before Genin exams, said Naruto. And you better believe it, old man. I'm gonna snatch that hat now with much more conviction, because my old man was a Hokage himself. So, yeah, I'm coming for that hat now. Oh, I'll be waiting for you, brat. Just go now, for the time being. As now we see, Jiraiya and Naruto from that day onwards went on a training trip. As the training trip continued on for a few years. As Naruto reached at the age of 10, he was already a master at using the Harishin as well as the Rasengan, completing it as well. And Kyubi was working well with Naruto secretly, and Naruto showed to Jiraiya that he was able to control Kyubi's chakra and all that. But Kurama and Naruto knew what bond they shared, a bond of friendship and similarity. And both parents were quite surprised and happy that their son was able to make a bond with the Biju, like the sage would have said in his text. As now we see, Naruto was meditating with Pa and Ma, Fukusaka and Shima, otherwise known as the great Toad Sage of the Mount Miyaboku and the elders. As Jiraiya then came. Pa, Ma, I need to speak with Naruto for a bit. Is he free? He is in a mid of meditation, Jiraiya boy. He's about to make a breakthrough. As pigments begin to appear on Naruto's eyes, as a perfect sage mode was formed, as Naruto's eyes opened to reveal the toad eyes, as Jiraiya was shocked visibly. The perfect sage mode. Yes! Finally a student who was able to learn everything with patience. Hey, Pa, that kind of hurts, but still that is quite cool. Wow, I feel a lot of strength entering and exiting my body at the same time, Pa. This is amazing. It is, Naruto. But now, exhaust all the chakra. As Naruto did, as the sage mode turned off and the chakra went back to the nature. As Naruto felt quite weaker and lightheaded. Whoa. Yeah, I feel lightheaded as you said, Ma. But I'm not gonna puke this time. Well, that is good to hear, Naruto. Less mess for me to clean. Well, he's free from our side now, Jiraiya. You can talk to him. Well, kid, let's just say I am quite proud of you, said Jiraiya as Pa and Ma left. You know, when I brought you here all those years ago, I never really thought that you will be able to learn all this stuff within a short span of time. I guess I'm a fast learner then. Fast learner, Naruto, you're a prodigy in your own right. So, what is it you want to discuss? The red clouds? The part of prophecy, remember? Yeah, I remember, of course. I think I might have figured out something about them. Them? What do you mean, them? They are a group known as Akatsuki, and they wear black cloaks with red clouds on them. The Red Dawn. It all makes sense now. They are on the horizon. They need to be stopped. Yes, Naruto, they need to be, but there is one issue. What? They have some sort of seals that are powering them with endless amount of chakra that they are extracting from nature, almost like a sage mode of a sort. Sage mode, if you say. This is not good then. Not good at all. And there are already S-rank shinobis. Amongst them, Kakazu, the immortal, Hidan, the Jashinist, Pain, this person with a Rinnegan who has 7 bodies, and one of my own students, Konan, the Paper Angel. She was an S-rank Konoichi in her own right, since her Genkai is so unique. And many more, Naruto. Many more. Orochimaru was once a part of them, but he defected. Now there's a new person who is a part of them, from Konoha, who has betrayed us. Don't tell me. Yes, it is Itachi, the same one who killed his whole clan a few years back. This is not good. Not good at all. No, Naruto. They're strong. They're quite strong already. You need to train much more harder and stronger in order to fight them. You're right. I have to do this, whatever the cost it shall be. As Naruto began rigorous training non-stop for the continuous 3 years as he reached at the age of 13. He had now a lean body, which was quite muscular, but to cover it up, he wore a big and, well, quite open hoodie that, well, covered up most of his body and made him look quite slim and thin, almost like a toothpick. And same for the shorts and shinobi sandals. As Naruto arrived back at Konoha and went to the academy, where, well, his welcome was quite underwhelmed. Naruto passed the test instantly and, well, Mizuki, who was trying to fail him, had now been forced to use his own self as the bait to get the scroll. And once he did, well, he was captured and defeated by Naruto, his plans being foiled, which turns out were the original plans of Orochimaru, the real mastermind behind this plan. But someone was not impressed by all of this, and that someone was none other than Sasuke Uchiha, who always had a ego that he was the strongest and the last Uchiha elite. But this no clan man came from nowhere and became quite famous. So famous that some of the clanswomen from the said, well, class were now after him, being Hinata Yuga, his rival, Konoichi from the rival clan. As Naruto went as far as to make friends with Shikamaru, Choji and Hinata alone and helped out Hinata to break throughout her shell, she was now quite straightforward, and not only that, she was quite deadly as well with her Jukin style, becoming the perfect Konoichi, much more stronger and deadly. No, Neji couldn't even keep up with her, all thanks to Naruto. While Shikamaru still being lazy, he was able to use his shadow possession to such advantage and degree that he didn't even have to move a muscle, and all the works was done by his shadow and chakra that was ever increasing now, all thanks to Naruto. And Choji, he was able to go without food for a month, and he was able to become quite strong as well. Overall, the council was quite shocked and surprised, and so was Hiruzen, as all of them were watching them train from the globe that Hiruzen had presented. As Shikaku then said, looking at Shikamaru, "I'm quite impressed. No way in hell I thought that my techniques, our clan techniques, could be used in such a proficient way without even using a muscle. That won't be drag at all to learn. It will be quite beneficial. An S-rank technique in its own right. My Choji," said Joza, "went without 1 month of food, and is still that strong and have such reserves to fight on. Like a true warrior he is," said Hiyashi Hyuga, who was also proud of his daughter, Hinata, as she has finally broken throughout her shell. But now he missed sometimes his old daughter, who was quite shy and meek, because now she openly defied her, and she even defied those who tried to belittle her, and even pushed and punished those whenever needed, like a just leader she was going to be one day. And not only that, she was stronger, much more stronger than Neji, their prodigy. As everyone was quite amazed and shocked. This is amazing, Hokage-sama. We cannot believe that the kid returned with such a luck. It's like his bad luck has been changed. There is no bad luck involved in this. And Jiraiya, you really were right. Naruto has trained quite rigorously and hard. Yes, Sensei. As I was telling you, he was the first one to master the Sage Mode. Sage Mode? It has been mastered? Yes. Now that is something that I would love to see. Look, he's even trying it right now. As Naruto was in a meditative position, as suddenly pigments began to appear on his eyes as his eyes changed. And Naruto went towards a huge tree in the forest of that where they were training. And literally with a grip of his only 5 fingers from his right hand, he literally lifted up a tree, yanking it out of its roots and throwing it like it was nothing more than a stick. As everyone was shocked and impressed. Such strength. As Danzo then stood up and said, that kid is dangerous. He has such power, but if he went rogue, there is no way in hell he can go rogue. If anyone can go rogue, it's you, Danzo, because your root is still operating, and you have not answered why it is. As Danzo remained quiet now, knowing that it would be best for his course. As Naruto's life continued on, and Sasuke continued to be jealous with his fangirls Ino and Sakura, we see that in Otogakure, Orochimaru was already beginning his plans for the Chunin exams that were going in Konoha with Suna. And once the time came, Orochimaru did attack, but Naruto with his strength was able to defeat not only the One-Tails but the armies, but also save those civilians in need with the immense shadow clones that he possessed, and was able to rescue narrowly the third Hokage as well from dying out, and was able to seal away the first and second while defeating Orochimaru to the point that he lost one of his arms as well while escaping. As now we see Naruto was spending heavily. Don't you dare die on me, old man. We still need you. As Naruto used his healing chakra to heal some bit of his wounds until he stabilized, and then medics came and took over him. While Naruto was unaware that what he did was seen by everyone else, everyone was not who has watched this. Sasuke was extremely jealous by the powers that Naruto possessed. The shinobis, the civilians, everyone began to talk about Naruto and how he was stronger. And even the council as well. Their opinion on Naruto was changing drastically because he was not only able to defeat a Biju of One-Tail's caliber, which was a strong Biju in its own right, but also defeat the enemies and save those who were in need while also saving the Hokage. Naruto, if anyone deserved a Chunin title, it was more than Naruto. And Naruto once was presented, after everything settled down, by Hiruzen himself, who was still wounded but was able to join in the duty. The award that he deserved and title as well, as Shikamaru was only besides him aside from everyone else, as Sasuke stood seatingly, as Chunin title was given to Shikamaru while the Jonin title was given to Naruto. As Kakashi, being his sensei, was quite happy with Naruto and his achievements, and so were his parents, whose soul was going to leave soon because the chakra was given back to Naruto for being under control again. As Naruto's chakra was expanding way beyond, and his grasp and control was getting more and more over his chakra. After the events of the Chunin exams and Naruto's victory, we see that Suna was in a pickle. Because one, their Kage, or the person they're thinking was their Kage, well, actually was Orochimaru in disguise. And now they were in deep trouble because not only their Jinchuriki, but the current children of their Kage as well, Kankuro, Temari, and Gaara, were captured by Konoha as war prisoners. And the other could have been executed or something. That is why Konoha received delegation after delegation from Suna, apologizing and wanting to reinstate an alliance. Well, the council was not having any of it, knowing that Naruto has shown exponential results and was quite a formidable shinobi and a jonin now. They proposed a way for them to restrain peace this time around through a political marriage, offering Temari as well a bride. And Suna agreed, while the other two returned. Temari remained there for a marriage, as Naruto and Temari finally met again. And let's just say she was crying when Naruto met. Hey, I know this might sound bad, but yeah, you can go back. What do you mean, go back? Not like I have a choice or anything. I have to remain here for the stupidity of my whole village. I have to pay for them. Hey, listen, I know this is not that great and all that, but, if you want to, you can leave. I will tell them that. What? I escaped? They will make things only worse for Suna. My village has suffered enough. I don't want them to suffer anymore. As Naruto then tried to cheer her up as much as he could for the upcoming few weeks, and soon Temari began to realize that, well, she had to make most of the situation, and plus Naruto's company was not all that bad. He was quite a honest person and was quite caring as well. But one girl was not happy about this, and that girl was Hinata Hyuga herself, as she was pissed, downright pissed, so much that even her father was worried. And he proposed this to the whole council, and that is why I beg you to reconsider the marriage, because Naruto, well, he's the only hope, because my daughter is pissed and she's on a warpath, and I can't stop her as well. I guess this leaves us with no choice. Naruto must be undergoing CRA then. Clan Restoration Act. But why Hiruzen? He's not from a clan, said Koharu. Well, Koharu he is, from the Uzumaki clan. And he's an Amikaze as well. The parents died in the Kyubi attack. He was Minato and Kushina's child, said Homura, instantly as everyone's eyes widened. Well, mostly from the civilian side, because shinobis were still the same. You knew? Said the civilians, looking at the shinobis. Well, of course, I figured it out, said Shikaku. So I told them. We had to keep this a secret because Okage-sama asked us. It was an order from him. Still, that explains a lot. But why does he have those features like the whisker marks? It was by birth because his mother was also a Jinchuriki. So you mean to say that he was born with those features? Yes. We get it. So that means that I'm, allowed to put Hinata in the Clan Restoration Act, but yes, only Hinata. And Temari. No one else. Okay then. That settles it. And Hinata, although not happy about sharing, was happy once she heard about this. And Sasuke was pissed. So pissed that he wanted to escape the village. And that opportunity came when Orochimaru, who was hiding, sent out his goons to get his body, which was, well, already bitten by him when Naruto was not looking, in the middle of all the chaos that he was causing by one of his clones. And Orochimaru wanted Sasuke as his prodigy because he wanted to defeat Naruto and humiliate Jiraiya. And once Sasuke defected, Naruto effectively defeated all the enemies and took him back with seals that was placed on him, which was chakra suppressors. While everyone was not mad at Naruto, they were quite pissed at Sasuke because of his defection, and he was placed under house arrest, and his chakra was forever sealed by the council. And Hiruzen then began to cough as his illness became visible, that he had lungs cancer and he was going to die out soon anyway because of the old age. Now that was something that Naruto couldn't stop until a hope glimmered again. Tsunade Senju, his student. She was the one. She might be the key to save him. Both Jiraiya and Naruto went out to find her, and after finding her, they brought her back after a long time of convincing. Something in Naruto sparked inside Tsunade, making her remember her old self and how she used to be, and how her little brother Naoki used to be as well, and Dan, her lover. So, remembering all of those figures, she returned back, having hope in this future kid and giving him her necklace as well as a token. As after the return, we see that Tsunade was labeled as the next Hokage because Hiruzen wanted her to be the next Hokage, since Jiraiya was not ready to take the job. Naruto was going to be her apprentice, and not only that, Tsunade began working diligently to save her sensei, and after much long time and operations and surgeries, Jiraiya and Naruto were happy to find out that their sensei was going to be saved, but at the expense of him not ever using his chakra again. While Konoha was celebrating once more about the new Kage and a new age and the savement of the previous Kage, red clouds were over the horizon once more, ever more with speed. On the other side, in Amegakure, the Akatsuki were quite impressed by Naruto, but at the same time threatened. They had to act. They had to act soon. So that is why their first target and priority became Naruto, who they were going to attack at all cost. And once they did, they soon found out why he was called the Yellow Flash, the second coming of Yellow Flash. Naruto was able to dodge all of their attacks and defeat them one by one, but he was on the losing end as well because his chakra was running out. While their it keeps regrowing back because of the seals that were placed on them, as Naruto was the one now who was cornered after the exhausting chakra of 2 days continuous battle and lack of sleep, as Naruto was panting heavily. Surrender now, Naruto Uzumaki, there is no way to escape. Even with all your strength, we have unlimited chakra. We have the upper hand. Really now? As Naruto then said, as he bursted into golden chakra. Time for me to pull the ace out of my sleeve as well. As Naruto's eyes turn into Sage mode as well. Let's do this. As Naruto now with Sage mode and with KCM2 attacked them with everything he had, as still he was on the defeating end and was defeated and captured by them, as the Akatsuki retreated back into the shadows while his soon-to-be wives now worried and were on warpath to get him back. As Naruto woke up inside Mind's Cave, where he saw Kurama, who was saddened, and his parents whose soul was going to leave soon. This is not good, Naruto. You have to get up and fight. I can't. I am exhausted. I can't move anything. As Kurama then said, You did well, kid. You tried your best, said Kurama as he looked visibly shaken and sad. And that is when a glowing light appeared and the Sage of the Sixth Spot appeared in front of them all. Hello, Naruto. I wanted to give you this. This will help you in order to win the fight and fulfill the prophecy. What is this? The Sun and Moon Seal. Moon Seal was supposed to be my son's Indra's, but his reincarnation is surprisingly you as well alongside Asura's. What does that mean? My son, Indra and Asura. After my death they fought for many years and so did their reincarnations. The previous reincarnations being Madara and Hashirama, as you know from 100 years ago. So you mean, in this time, both of them chose Naruto as their body. But Naruto is not an Uchiha. He doesn't have to be Uchiha, because the soul alone can give them the power. You think that Indra might have created the clan? No, he created an artificial clan. The Uchihas you see don't have the real Sharingan. They have the second version of it that was created by Indra. The real Sharingan, anyone can unlock it if they want to, but they have to have the deep understanding of Ninshu, non-ninjutsu, something that Naruto already has grasped and has been using unintentionally and without knowing. As both of the palms were placed on Naruto's palms, as the Sun and Moon Seal was transferred to Naruto, as now we see Naruto was back as he woke up in front of the Garomazo, one of his eyes now into Rinne Sharingan, as Naruto began to attack, teleporting from there, replacing his position with the Rinnegan user himself, who was absorbed by the Garomazo, killing him instantly. Now that the pain was killed, Naruto went ballistic on the other Akatsuki members. One by one, they began to fall down and be killed, until only Zetsu remained. Even the masked Uchiha fell down and fell victim to Naruto, as Naruto was standing there alone, his chakra much more vibrant and stronger than ever. You think you can defeat me like this? You're nothing more than a part of history that I created, something that I can erase. You're nothing more than a stain, even if I am what you claimed I am to be. I am still going to defeat you. You have been defeated by me, Zetsu. You and your mother, everyone out there. How do you? The sage told me everything, said Naruto as he used the Chibaku Tensei to seal the dead Akatsuki members and Zetsu as well. But he forgot about one, as a crow with the Sharingan was watching him from afar. As now I see Uchiha's Itachi's eyes open from far away. It seems my job is done here. Good to know, Naruto-kun. You did well. And now? It's time that the Uchiha clan die out forever, said Itachi as he coughed a huge amount of blood, as he looked down to see that in his hand was a katana that was dripping with blood, but not his. He was standing inside Orochimaru's base, in which he had killed Orochimaru and his little brother, Sasuke, who has gone corrupt beyond anything, and the rest who were there as well. As he fell to his knees, his vision becoming blurry. I'm sorry it had to come to this, Sasuke. I just wish that you wouldn't have given in to your hatred so much. But then again, it is my fault for pushing you into this. As after that, Itachi died out there, forever forgotten, and laying there was the history of the Uchiha clan, dying out with him, as he held a smile on his face. as huge explosions began to occur there. As Naruto went back to Konoha, as everyone cheered and celebrated his arrival, more than ever, his two wives, Temari and Hinata. As soon after that, Naruto was married to them, and he was announced as the next Kage to be by Tsunade herself. And the death of the Uchiha's news spread out, and Ino and Sakura were heartbroken, but nobody cared because he was a criminal who defected again and again, even after being retrieved back. So, no hard feelings there, and no one cared about him. The one thing that did everyone care was about, well, how the criminals from within were captured. From the council, the civilian corrupt counselors as well as the elder named Danza was captured because they wanted to put Naruto under a genjutsu for it ever to be used. But now that they were captured, they tried to deny everything, but it failed. And now since Naruto was the Hokage and had peace with most of the nations that he was able to establish after the new generation took over from the previous ones, the old hatred began to die out and dwindle as the rays of hope began to shimmer and shine over the elemental nation, and less enemies were formed, and more allies were gathered everywhere. And that is how Naruto lived in this world, as his parents finally departed, knowing that their son did well. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this short movie off, guys. I hope you liked this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!